Welcome back to BWA Rewind. Hunter Orange, Chuck Diesel. Willkommen, bienvenus, or whatever.
And some other stuff that means
hey, how are you, ladies and gentlemen? So, El Vato Loco defending his Universal title against Jason Toombs with a little bit of interference going on here that didn't seem to work out for Toombs. Because, we did all this talking about Ophelia Payne earlier. She came out, apparently started making out with El Vato Loco in the middle of the ring. I don't understand why. I don't think anybody understood why. I don't even know if Ophelia understood why Loco would start making out and why she wouldn't fight back.
You know what, Mama?
Especially when her boyfriend is right there.
You know what Mama D's used to tell me?
What's that?
If it looks like a duck, and it quacks like a duck, and it holds itself out like a duck, it's probably a hoe. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Right.
But what I want to know is after all the talk, Loco did to Tommy Kane about you got to leave this bitch alone. She's not worth it. Forget about her. This is your family right here in the Lords of the Ring.
Mouth right there.
Yeah, and then he goes and just shoves his tongue in her mouth. Okay. Didn't really make any sense at all.
But if you see the close-up, her tongue kind of shoved in his mouth.
I'm not saying that she's not as guilty of it. Because like we said, she didn't fight back. Mm-hmm. I'm just wondering what the motivation was. It just to prove something to Jason Toombs? Was it to prove something to Tommy Kane? That look, if she's going to do this to you or to me, she'll do it,
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, Loco's, he's kind of he's a cerebral guy.
Right.
You never quite know what he's on about until he gets done with it. And then
guess.
Then you're like, oh! And then fucking face palm.
I don't know. I mean, it didn't seem to affect the outcome of the match because Loco did end up retaining his Universal Championship.
Which might have had something to do with it too, but...
Yeah, but I don't know. We'll have to see how that works out coming up, how this story unfolds.
You ever really look at Jason Toombs?
No.
And if you don't, don't.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't really pay that much attention to him.
I'm glad he's tall. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Because
you're bullet-head hobbit.
Yeah, like bullet-head hobbit not being tall, so I can look at him from the chest, down and be fine because his face. Wow. I'm just saying. I mean, he's uglier than Gardner.
Oh my God! Let me tell you. Oh! See, now you got me going. Gardner. Let me address some things that you decided you would like to point out.
Now you fucked up because now you got him on me.
So you claim that Mike Ripcord took a dive in our match last month at Resolution.
You see the hamster running right now?
Keeping in mind that you were the referee.
You, sir.
In that match.
The official.
Correct. So, if you really wanted Legion to win, they could have won. But seeing as how you had no choice and you were already ducking a fight from us in the first place, because I called you out.
That's what happened.
He called Ripcord out. I called you out. What happens? You chicken out and referee the match and claim Mike Ripcord takes a dive.
You still can't have your team win when you're in charge. What?
Yeah. So whatever. The point is,
your dog is gonna kill you when you fuck this up. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, you have, you can take your Street Fighter Championship. You can have that because we collectively are number 1 and number 2 in the world at Street Fighter 2 Turbo Edition.
Exactly.
Take some of that. What do you know about some Fei Long? You don't know nothing about that.
Not to mention, after we got tired of dominating the entire planet in the Street Fighter series, Alpha, whatever.
Street Fighter 4.
You name a Street Fighter, we've destroyed it.
Except Street Fighter 1, which he's the champion of. That game sucked.
Was that like the Neo Geo?
I know. It was a little
side-scrolling buttons and shit. Fuck off.
It was like a little side-scrolling, like a Double Dragon. It was awful.
It sucked. It sucked. You couldn't go Hadouken in that game at all. That sucked.
It sucked.
Yoga Flame. You suck.
Yeah, but, you don't know about the Sonic Boom.
Not at all. But what was cool is that after that we got bored and we went on to Mortal Kombat.
Right. Which has real ramifications because in that game you die.
To the death.
It's Mortal Kombat.
So.
Spelled with the K.
Which means it's serious. Because when you misspell things, it's.
Mortal Kombat 3. Sub-Zero. Let me tell you. Run, block, run, block. That's the fatality right there. He freezes you, breaks you in half. You don't know nothing about that. Pit fatalities. He's gonna uppercut you, and you're gonna go crashing down onto the spikes below. Like, there's nothing you can do.
And then Shang Tsung is
Mr. Street Fighter.
And Shang Tsung's gonna be like, your sword is mine, and it's gonna be terrible for you.
And we didn't even bring up Samurai Showdown. Little Get On, a little green guy. We had the spiky things, or Marvel vs. Capcom. We didn't get into any of that stuff. Remember Battle Arena Toshinden? No, you don't.
Dude, and Pit Fighter.
Because you were too busy playing your 8-bit Street Fighter games.
Isn't like Pit Fighter with the digitized guy? Oh, fucking.
Yeah, it was like the precursor to Mortal Kombat.
All Bloodsport style.
Yeah.
It was like, get rich. I don't even know
that. Big deal if he is, like, if he's not talking about video games. What if it was Street Fighter? Big deal. Who fights on the streets?
You know on the streets?
You know who fights on the streets? Bums. Hobos. Winos. They're the ones who fight on the streets because they don't have any clothes, so they're fighting each other for what little clothes they have. Oh, I'll get a $100 shirt, I'll fight you for it. Whatever.
You know what else was a very good Street Fighter? Kimbo Slice.
Yeah, look where he's at.
You know what happened? He fought people that knew how to fight.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. You know, once you take...
And Joe, you're no Kimbo Slice even.
Yeah,
so
you're not. You don't even have the cool beard. See, look at his beard. 100% real. This is as real as it gets.
The touch, the feel of cotton. You know
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's soft. It's smooth. It's a little overgrown this week. But we don't care because it doesn't matter if my beard is real or not. It doesn't matter if you're a street fighting champion. We are going to be competing in a BWA ring. Under BWA rules.
And regulation.
Which you, sir, don't seem to know how to follow. That's all I'm saying. You want to make up stories about us. He's a bullet-headed hobbit. Whatever. Hobbits are popular right now. Lord of the Ring, that trilogy made billions and millions of dollars. Billions before the millions.
Where did Bummy Street Fighter guy movie make? Oh,
yeah.
There wasn't one.
Yeah. What do you think, you're frickin' Tommy Gunn in Rocky V?
Are you sort of Mickey Rourke-ish?
Yeah. What's going on?
What are you going to get your daughter's respect back while you see a naked Marissa Tomei? Is that what you're trying to do?
I was more impressed by what Melvin did to Justin Bieber on Implosion, coming out and beating that little dude half to death with a stuffed Pikachu, than anything that you've come up with.
That's because Melvin understands.
Yes.
Melvin is a go-getter. You know what Melvin didn't do?
What?
He didn't go out to Justin Bieber and call him out and then try to sick somebody else on him.
No.
No. Melvin said, you know what? I don't like Justin Bieber. He was looking at my fucking banana. So you know what I do? I deal with it. Joe, you could learn a lot from Melvin.
You could.
Sit there, shut your mouth, and do what you're supposed to do.
Listen to what you know is real and true. You have no chance. Look at Pummel. He's barely even shown up this week.
That's because he knows.
He knows he can't beat us. He knows he lost to us last month. It doesn't matter if Chip Schiller was our partner. It doesn't matter. A lose is a lose is a lose. So Pummel is a loser. He lost to Joe Reno just this past week. He lost to us. He lost to the Shockmasters. You picked the worst partner in the entire BWA.
Only because Wolfram wasn't available.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's the matter? Yeah, Wolfram wasn't around.
Fucking Finelli and Rock. So
yeah.
Available.
You picked the worst partner you could think of. Why couldn't you get Midnight? Oh wait, he retired. I'm sorry, he was kidnapped.
Yeah.
Sorry, he dropped the ball. He left. So you were left with nothing but the bottom of the barrel. But you know what? People are going to spend $49.95 to watch us beat the crap out of you. What do you think about that? And that is all I have to say about Joe Gertner this week.
Absolutely.
That's it. We're going to move on because even more important than us versus Joe Gertner. We had a world title match. I won't say for the ages,
but of epic proportions.
But I will say it was a world title match, of epic proportion. I'm going to say it was a feel-good kind of, at the end of it, you get the one guy who starts the slow clap kind of thing, which is kind of what was happening during the match.
It was totally the end of Rocky 2.
Yeah, it was Mr. Bad versus Jason Rieger for the BWA World Heavyweight Championship. Everybody figured Rieger was a lock to win this match.
Jason Rieger was the Apollo Creed champion.
Rieger has been on fire as the World Heavyweight Champion. Bad has been progressively getting worse. As we, discussed, he's had cancer, which is not funny
at all. Had you added a microperm on Jason Rieger and some red, white, and blue trunks, he would have been Apollo Creed. Right. At that point. That's how much of a favorite.
And then for much of this match, he was dominating over Bad.
He beat the holy crap out of that match.
But Bad mustered up the intestinal fortitude,
the guts,
that we said that a guy like Miami Mike was lacking.
He's got to go find somewhere.
His friends came out of the locker room. Old enemies came out of the locker room. New faces came out of the locker room.
That Malman guy showed up, but nobody
knows who that is.
And I think
Dan Malman?
And I think
sounds like my neighbor. Hey, Mr. Malman, nice to see you. You got a cup of sugar?
And I think I might be wrong, but somebody in the crowd was telling me, hey, Diesel, there's Jack Benson. I don't know if he was there for real.
I've yet to meet this man. But anyway, Dan Malman and Jack Benson, future tag team champions. But right now we're talking about the World Heavyweight Championship. And like I said, it was, all these people came out and they started clapping and cheering, and it got Bad going, and he overcame the odds, and he is now the BWA World Heavyweight champion, much to the chagrin of Legion and more specifically Jason Rieger. But now we have this match set up. It was already booked, but now there's more ramifications going on. You got Thog versus Bad in an alley fight, no interference guaranteed for the heavyweight championship of the world. It's Thog's first match since he was killed in Germany, and this could be Bad's last match because nobody knows how long he has.
So did you give the story on what was going on there with Thog and what happened?
I'm hearing stuff about clones. He died. I don't know what is going on.
Dianetics.
I'm not saying nothing because people have been flooding our inboxes about breaking these news stories we're not supposed to talk about. I'm sorry. I don't know. I go by what I see. Whatever. But
we haven't broken anything that the fans couldn't see.
Right.
We just discussed.
Right. And speaking of discuss, our discussion is over for this week. I know we went longer last week. We just didn't have as much to talk about this week. But we will be back next week as 2-0 on pay-per-view competition. This has been BWA Rewind, Hunter Orange, Chuck Diesel. See you on Monday, Gertner.